It's a Wednesday morning here on AM Show. My name is Benedict Husi. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. So the real deal is we talk sports anytime I join you. And today we're going to look at the highlights of matches that were played in the UEFA Champions League, the qualifiers yesterday, as well as what's going to happen today. I'll tell you how Liverpool are going to play against Hoffenheim at Anfield. Liverpool will be hoping to make it to the group stages of this year's UEFA Champions League. They go into that game having won the first leg 2-1 in Germany. On the local scene, Kumasi Asante Kotoko away to Wafa to play an outstanding Ghana Premier League game at the Sukakope Park, and I'll tell you more about that as well. Also, we hear from an official of Wafa in this morning's bulletin. Then the MTN FA Cup draw was held, so we start from there, and there could be a super clash finals in this year's MTN FA Cup after Asante Kotoko, Accra and Hearts avoided each other in the semi-finals of the competition. Now, defending Ghana Premier League champions, All Stars will come up against Hearts, with Kotoko facing Medeama in the last four of the cup competition. And all the two games will be played at the Obuasi and Clay Stadium on October 1, with the final set to take place in Tamale on October 29. We can hear from Chairman of the FA Cup Committee, Kotoko.
We've come to a very important stage, a stage where, out of their own performances, the boys have been separated from the men. The men here are Kotoko, Hearts of Oak, Medeama Sporting Club. I almost said Breaking Chelsea for some strange reasons. And of course, All Stars. On the weekend of September 30th and October 1st, the Football Association will present a unique platform for these four teams to fight on the pitch to end the bragging rights and to qualify to the grand finale of this big competition. There's one particular topic I'm sure everybody is interested in. I've been asked this question so many times on various media platforms, and the question has been simple. What monetary reward is at stake or will be at stake for our competing teams? Over the years, the FA has tried to motivate the clubs to be competitive. The FA has also tried to cushion the clubs as and when they start to prepare for their campaign in the CAF organized competition, which is the Confederations Cup. Two teams will make it to the grand finale. Usually, a club that loses a grand finale match must not receive any monetary reward. But the FA takes notice of the fact that each of the two teams must prepare, must camp, and ensure that their players will be ready to fight for the coveted trophy. For which reason, I can announce that the runner-up, I don't want to say the winner, the loser, sorry, the runner-up will take home 15,000 Ghana cedis. The winning team, I'm talking about cash, the winning team would receive 50,000 Ghana cedis. And the team that would eventually represent Ghana in the Confederations Cup would again be supported through the kind courtesy of the Football Association and our proud title sponsors, MTN, with a seed money of 100,000 Ghana cedis.
So that was Kotoko, who is chairman of the MTN FA Cup Committee. Some amazing figures for the club that will win this year's MTN FA Cup. 50,000 Ghana cedis for the winner, 15,000 for the runner-up. And also, you know, by virtue of winning the MTN FA Cup, you qualify to participate at the Confederation of African Football. That's the Confederation Cup. The Confederation Cup. So the winner will also be given 100,000 Ghana cedis to prepare for that very competition. But we'll stay on the local scene and we'll do some more sports. And former Sports Minister Nilanti van der Poel says the Black Stars' big failure to reach the 2018 CHAN tournament did not come to him as a surprise. Now, Ghana shockingly missed out on qualification to the championship after losing 4-3 on aggregate to Burkina Faso. Now, according to Nilanti, these are the kind of results you get when you over-concentrate on the Black Stars A.
Well, you know, this particular competition is reserved for players who play in the continent and in the domestic league. So if Burkina has defeated us at this level, what it tells us is that the Burkina league and their players who are playing on the continent are better than ours. All things be equal, they are better than ours. I've recently been having time of watching South African League, the Zambian League, the Kenyan League on DSTV. And I've watched ours too. And I can say that people are serious about football in their countries, and they are progressing. Last time when we drew against Uganda in Tamale, people were talking about the minister, as if I was the one who was on the field playing. But that was a Ugandan team that were parading 98% of their players from their local and domestic league against our players from the foreign leagues and everywhere. And they came over to draw with us. That should have been a wake-up call to us that, look, we need to do something.
So that was former Sports Minister Neil Ante-Vanderpoel in that interview with my colleague Asari Bediakon. I'll move on. In Kumasi, Asante Kotoko made their first road trip after weeks of their fatal bus accident yesterday. They traveled from Kumasi to Accra to come ahead of their game against Wafa. It's a Premier League outstanding game which is happening in Sogakope this afternoon. Well, Jojo Ofusuhine is operations manager for Wafa, and he believes that his team are in a very good shape to beat Kumasi Asante Kotoko this afternoon.
Well, we are second on the league log at this moment. We know that we have an outstanding, which is very important to us. We want to win that outstanding by tomorrow, and then if by God's grace we win, we move back to the top position. And then after the outstanding, we know we still have 6 matches to play. And then from there, we move on to play other matches that we have to guide against losing any match. We have to make sure if our title ambition will be still on course, then we are going to guide against losing any game from starting from tomorrow to the end of the season.
So you are looking forward to a victory tomorrow?
For the victory tomorrow is assured, because we have prepared ourselves. We don't want to lose in our home grounds, and then we want to give them a very good match. We make sure that we get our 3 points, and also we have to appease our supporters for them to also jubilate, because what is the benefit of a supporter? A supporter is for the club to win, and then the supporter will also, that is their home package. So that is what we are going to do exactly for them tomorrow.
So at the Sogakope Park this afternoon, Wafa come up against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and obviously Asante Kotoko will be hoping to get a win in that game, having drawn their last Ghana Premier League game. Now, we do some more, and this time we focus on the UEFA Champions League matches that were played last night. Most importantly, one that happened in France was the Napoli-Nice game. Well, Napoli won that game by 2-0 to progress to the next stage of the competition. So Napoli are through to the next stage of the UEFA Champions League. That's the group stages. Other teams that have joined Napoli, Celtic, yesterday they lost but finished 8th on aggregate, as well as Maribor and Olympiacos and Sevilla have all progressed to the group stage of the UEFA Champions League. Well, tonight Liverpool will be hoping to join these teams in the next stage of the UEFA Champions League. They come up against German side Hoffenheim at Anfield. Well, the first leg away ended 2-1 in favour of Liverpool. So it's happening tonight at Anfield. Liverpool up against Hoffenheim in a UEFA Champions League qualifying game. Other games to expect tonight, we've got Moscow coming up against Young Boys, and FCSB will take on Sporting CP, with Copenhagen up against Qarab, as well as Liverpool, Hoffenheim, and Prague. Slavia Prague will come up against Apple Nicosia. So these are the matches to expect in the UEFA Champions League tonight. Well, before I take leave of you, let's quickly check what's happening in boxing, and it's the money fight. We're doing our special build-up to that big fight involving Conor McGregor and Floyd Pretty Boy Money Mayweather, which is happening this coming Saturday. Well, so the dawn of Sunday here in Ghana. Big bout that's going to happen in Las Vegas. Well, both boxers have arrived in Las Vegas. So stay with us as we build up to this amazing big bout, which is happening this coming Saturday. So, and briefly, the world's most expensive player, Neymar, is being sued by his former club, that's Barcelona, for $10 million. And Barca, you know, recently he joined Paris Saint-Germain. For them, he signed a contract extension in less than a month. He decided to leave the club, so they are suing Neymar for that. Paris Saint-Germain has also responded later. We'll bring you all those stories for you to know what's happening between Neymar and his former club, that's Barcelona. Well, before I take leave of you, I want to use this opportunity to say a very good morning to my nieces, Jocelyn, Elisa, and also Chantal, their mom as well, Sandra, and their dad, Bismarck. I know they are watching the show this morning. Well, they are leaving town for the UK today. It's been amazing, weeks with you guys here in Ghana, and I pray that we meet very, very soon. Definitely will try and catch up with you guys before you leave. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day.